The rocket knows where it is at all times. It knows this because it knows where it isn't, but that doesn't mean the rocket looks on itself in despair. A rocket must travel ludicrous distances to reach its apogee, the apogee often being miles away, a speck, a dream. Its chances of reaching its optimal apogee is slim at most, especially if it's outdated, unprepared, and has rotted in storage for years, and the apogee is standing at such heights it's inconceivable to the human mind. But, despite all this, the rocket doesn't tell itself it doesn't know where it is. It merely tells itself where it should go. The power in the rocket lies within its ability to know where it is going to end up, and with small incremental changes, every second, every day, and every year. The rocket takes its deepest and most mind-shattering course deviations and failures, and it does something remarkable. It turns its failures into lessons to guide it along the proper path. Its failures are not only inevitable but needed for the rocket to find the proper path. The rocket drifts when it needs to. It doesn't burn all its fuel in a desperate state to reach enlightenment. The rocket knows its destination, but aims to conserve fuel until the proper time comes, when it will stage and fulfill its purpose. The rocket takes the path of confidence and steady elevation until its time comes, and when that day comes it will experience a joy greater than anything it could have imagined. The rocket will take joy that it roared against the dying of the light, and refused to go quietly into that good night. But it all began with the rocket's first step, otherwise it would still be on its launch pad wondering what could have been. The rocket knows its greatest lessons lays within its own fear, so it should embrace it and mold it until it has nothing to be afraid of, even welcoming the greatest of challenges, thirsty for experience. To the rocket, its greatest fear will become not what will happen, but what will happen if it does not challenge its own fear. None of it would even be possible without a goal. A predetermined destination, a hardwired, machine-coded instruction deep within the cold roots of the rocket guidance system. Without the goal, the rocket would wander aimlessly until it hit a tree or some other catastrophic destination that was never intended. The rocket doesn't seek to put blame on the wind or turbulence for its failures. To the rocket, this is unnecessary and a waste of time. The rocket doesn't seek to become a victim of circumstance. It aims to be in control and take responsibility, to be as secure and rigid as it says it is. It needs to be to guard against the forces it must encounter. You are what you say you are. Are you lost, or are you merely on the path to something greater? You are the master of your destiny just as the rocket is.